everyone. We haven't talked in a while, so it was such a beautiful day, and it's my day off from the gym, from training. So, and I'm home and able to kind of relax and get my thoughts together. And so I thought it'd be a good day to sit outside and do this little video. If you see my cat, Charlie is hanging around, so you'll probably see him come around behind me. I'm trying to keep him off my blanket because he sheds. So, but anyway, if you see my cat, that's Charlie. So, isn't it funny how God just kind of steers you in the direction of the message that He wants you to tell, that He wants you to enlighten people with? Because it's funny, today I've gotten a couple of texts. In the last couple of days, I've gotten some statements that have been made to me. And it's so funny how this message has been on my heart and on my mind to relay to you, and how just these people and these texts and these comments come to you going, yeah, you need to tell this, you need to say it, you need to do a video. So, and videos are not my thing. I'm just going to put it out there, guys, because, I don't know. I might seem really comfortable with video, but I'm just really not comfortable with video. So, it's just a little uncomfortable for me. So y'all just overlook me if I say ums and all that stuff. But, and I'm not really even sure how to start this. So we're just going to jump in. I hope it doesn't seem like I'm jumping all over the place, but I'll get to the point eventually. This is an example. Let's go here. We'll start with this. I've had actually a couple, not just one person, but I've had a couple, because we're getting close to the new year, and people are starting to think about their health, and they're starting to think about their fitness and the way that they eat. And, January is just that time of the year that people get, there's bugs flying everywhere. People get health conscious, and they get very fitness minded. And so people start asking you questions. And so I've had a couple of people ask me about nutrition. I've had a couple of people ask me about, diet plans, writing diet plans, and fitness plans. And if you'll just tell me what to do, if you'll just tell me how to do this, or if you'll just tell me how to do that, or if you'll just tell me what to eat, or if you'll just tell me how to work out. And, I think everybody thinks that's the magic bullet. Like, if I said, eat this, 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 and this every single day of your life, or I made you a plan on Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday and Thursday and whatever, that's going to be like the magic bullet. Like, it's going to be the thing this time that you're going to stick to because I told you to do it, I guess. I don't know. But I have never done that. I have never made diet plans. I just don't. Number one, just because I don't feel like that's what I should do. I feel like you have to have some freedom. You have to make some decisions, and you have to learn how to do this, because if it becomes a lifestyle, which it should, then you have to be able to do these things, think of these things, and incorporate these things in your life yourself. You won't always have me sitting there, or somebody else sitting there saying, do this, 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 this. Or you shouldn't. Eventually you learn how to do these things yourself. And so, I'm sorry, that sun's getting bright, so I'm starting to squint. But anyway, so I want to talk about why we don't follow through with things. So maybe you start, a lot of people start diets, a lot of people start healthy living, they start fitness programs, but they don't finish them. So, or they fall off the wagon, or something happens, life gets in the way, they say, or what, somebody upsets them, so they need sugar. or somebody, and this is not about just health and fitness. This is about, smoking, drinking, drug abuse, anger, resentment, depression, anxiety. It's about all of that. And I'm going a little here and there, but I'm bringing this back around to, this has been what I've learned by being sick, going through this journey, and this is where I'm at now and how I see things in my perspective, and I just wanted to share that with you. Hopefully maybe it'll help a little bit. If I can do something to shorten your path a little bit, because mine was extremely long, then maybe that will help you in some way. It'll just shorten your path, maybe make it not so hard. So we are going to talk about intention, and we're going to talk about your will, because when it really comes down to rubber meets the road, you set an intention, and I have some notes so you'll kind of see me refer to some of them just so I kind of stay on track. But what is intention? Intention is a plan. I'm aiming to do something. I want to do something. I have the intention to do something. I'm very deliberate about this thing. Whatever you fill in the blank. So intention is a big deal when it comes down to making decisions, sticking to a plan, a goal, a whatever. It's a big deal. It's a really big deal. We're going to go back. So, I'm going to kind of give you some definitions, and then we're going to piece it all together. Also, you have to have will. Will is a very strong desire. It's determination, a person's choice or desire in a particular situation. So it can be anything. It can be fitness, health, diet, choosing to respond to whatever situation. I mean, you can fill in the blank there. So I'm getting at, we have to set an intention, and then we have to have the will to follow through with that intention. But intention is the big deal. It is the main point. You have an intention, and then your will to follow through with that intention is the point. So let's do some referring. So we're going to give some examples. So say that, I'm going to give this as an example, and I kind of think of my life as this way. I think of your life as this way. Everybody. So let's think of it as this. You are a garbage truck. This is a garbage truck. It might be a really pretty garbage truck. It might have all the bells and whistles. It might have the fancy rims. It might have the pretty eyelashes and the nice, lips. It might have the fancy clothes. It could be the fanciest, danciest, wonderful garbage truck on earth. Nice paint job. But it's still full of garbage. In here, we are full of garbage. Garbage. We allow so much to fill our minds and our bodies. It's just ridiculous. It's really, and I'm not good at it. I'm telling you, I have had a lot of cleaning out to do. I promise you, a lot of cleaning out to do. So, but this analogy to me was perfect. It just kind of fit because, take it, it's like we're in our garbage truck and we're driving that truck. This is our garbage truck, and we're driving that truck, and we're going down the road, and that road is long and winding, but somebody pulls out in front of our garbage truck. And what do? We get mad at them, and we honk the horn, and we fuss at them, and we just get all upset in our little garbage truck. And the thing about it is that when those things happen, somebody pulls out in front of you. Somebody's driving slow and you need to hurry up and get to work, or whatever it is. It's raining and you didn't want it to rain because you need to be doing this, and it's going to mess up your hair and whatever. Those things are going to always surface. They're going to always come up. And that reaction that we have, what are you going to do? Are you going to react? Or, I mean, I've heard this example, and it was funny because he was referring to a car. It's like, are you going to be driving that car, and like you're driving your garbage truck, and all of a sudden you're going to decide that you're just going to let go of the wheel, and you're going to jump into the back seat of the car, or you're going to jump into the back of your garbage truck? You made that conscious decision. You're just going to be like, woo, let's just let go, and we're just going to let this car do its thing and this garbage truck do its thing, and I'm going to jump back here and I'm going to see what happens. When you choose to react, you are letting go of the wheel, and you're climbing into your garbage. Just like he said, you're climbing into your back seat. You're choosing to let go of all intention. And that could be, you honk at this guy, or you say ugly words to him, or whatever. It's raining and you choose to get all bent out of shape, or somebody that day does not say something, they don't text you back like you think they should in a timely manner. And so you get all upset and you're like, well, why didn't they text me back? Or maybe they don't like me, or maybe I said something wrong, or blah, 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 or whatever the case may be. So you get hit with that stuff. That hit your stuff. That person hit your stuff, and it made you like climb into your garbage. Your garbage surfaced. You have all this garbage that you have stuffed inside since the day that you were born, practically. And so those things they just come up. They well up. And we react to them. I've been the world's worst. A lot of times our reactions are, I need a drink. I need a cigarette. Boy, that donut sure looks good. I sure am feeling depressed. Man, I got a headache. I got a migraine. There's so many things. Cancer, high blood pressure, diabetes. There's so many things that you absolutely have no idea that garbage is creating in your body. And that's the only analogy that really seemed to fit. And the reason why it fit for me was because I can imagine in my mind my body full of garbage. And I can imagine when somebody says something to me that strikes a chord. And I feel that come up, and I feel that well up in me. And I can feel my garbage surface. And what do we usually do with our garbage? What do we usually do? When that feeling comes up and that happens, we usually kind of okay, that's uncomfortable, and I don't want to deal with that. So I'm going to smash that back down. I'm going to compact my garbage. I'm going to compact my garbage back down because I don't want to deal with that. That makes me feel uncomfortable. I just, I'm gonna have another drink. I'm gonna eat another donut. Man, yeah, I'm on a diet. I know I'm on a diet, but man, I need that donut, or I need that Dr. Pepper, or man, it was Thanksgiving and I just needed to eat that dressing because my mother was going to get so ticked off at me if I didn't have some of her dressing. Whatever. Boy, I needed a hit of whatever. I mean, I don't care. You fill in the blank. Anxiety, depression, anger, resentment, whatever. You can just fill in the blank. Those are all just garbage coming up that we have stuffed down. And where intention comes in is, we're going to go back to the car and the garbage truck analogy. You are setting an intention. You should be setting an intention every single day. You should be doing this. I'm going to set an intention today that I'm going to do X, Y, Z. It's about you and your life, your happiness, and the will to do that is going to drive that intention home. So, and I understand people say, because I've had so many people come to me and be like, yeah, people talk about will and determination and all of that. And they're like, how have you been so determined and blah, blah, blah. And honestly, I guess I was doing it not understanding and not knowing that I was doing it, exactly what I was doing all of those years. But I've always been very intentional about my life, my health, my fitness. I just have. I really didn't maybe call it being intentional, I guess, but I was very determined that I was going to be well. I was going to figure out what was wrong with me. I was going to be happy. I was very deliberate in my speaking, my discussions with God. I was very specific in what I asked for, what kind of guidance I needed. And I was just very intentional about it. And I believed it. And I had the will. To me, will too, I've got here to decide upon. To me, will is belief. You got to will it. You got to feel it in your heart. You got to feel it in your bones. You got to want it so bad. Your intention has to be strong enough, specific enough, and then that will drives it home. And I know that sounds crazy because I'm referring it to diet and exercise and all, because it really does play a part. But it also plays a part in how we react to things that come up every day. And I know I'm probably not explaining it super well, but you just have to understand. Let me see if I can. That's what I was going to say, because I'm trying to play devil's advocate in my mind. So I know a lot of people are like, your mind does play tricks on you. So that's what, this was like, your mind will vomit up all kinds of garbage, You can have the best of intentions. They say, you can have great intentions, but that's where your garbage is coming up. That's where the garbage is surfacing, because your mind, you have polluted your mind with all the garbage that you have packed down all these years. So, and we all have garbage. I don't know that there's a one of us that has not done this, that has not wanted to deal with certain subjects or certain topics or certain events in our lives. I know I've had lots of events in my life that have caused me to stuff down a lot of things, feelings, emotions, all of that. And so the mind, we've broken our mind. I mean, basically, your mind is broken because it starts all these crazy things, just like when we talked about jumping in the back seat. You know, we're driving along and we're driving our garbage truck, and all of a sudden something happens and hits our stuff, and we just decide to jump in the back of the garbage truck because I don't want to deal with that. That is uncomfortable. I'm not dealing with that. So I'm just going to go back here, or I'm going to let go of the wheel and I'm going to get back in the back seat. I'm going to let this car drive itself. I'm going to get back here. That's what I'm talking about. Does that make sense? We let go of the wheel. Our mind starts doing crazy things and thinking crazy things and spouting off and saying ugly stuff and thinking that, well, she thinks she's somebody, and I don't know her, but boy, she thinks she's hot, or ain't he something, or whatever. He didn't call me back. He didn't wave at me. He didn't whatever. I don't care what it is. Fill in the blank. It's raining today. I didn't want it to rain today. I've got to go deliver packages, and I don't want to get wet. Or, I mean, it's the littlest, smallest things to the biggest things. Fill in the blank. That's what I'm saying, is I understand that you're going, well, it's easy to say that, but you can control your mind. You can control your mind. And you can control your tongue. And the way I'm telling you to do that and to make this easy for you is to give the analogies like I'm doing, because it's the simplest way for me to come across and make you understand. We do this, we just stuff it. Things come up, we stuff them down. They come up, we stuff them down. We all do it. We're all human. We all do it. What we've got to understand is we got to stop running from the stuff. When something comes up and it hits our stuff, it hits our garbage truck, them bugs are going to come. They're going to hit our garbage truck. And they're hitting our garbage truck. And what do? We don't stop and go climbing to the back with the garbage. All of the garbage and the nasty, what kind of garbage is back there? It's nasty, smelly, gross garbage. Think of it. You got to think of this as full of nasty, horrible, stinky, the most vile smelling. Ugh. That's what all that is. It deteriorates your insides. There's nothing any good that's going to come from it. And so when that stuff, those bugs start hitting that windshield, what do we got to do? We've got to know what our intention is. We've got to set our intention. And we got to have the will to drive that intention home. And that means we've got to stay focused. Not being focused is jumping into the back with the garbage. That's what not having intention is. That's what not having will is. Not having the will means I'm going to go get the drink, or I'm going to go get the donut, or I'm going to handle this situation by XYZ. I'm going to get depressed. I'm going to have anxiety. I'm going to whatever, because I can't deal with that. So I'm going to stuff it back down, and I'm going to compress it back down, and I'm not going to deal with it. So what I'm trying to say is, anytime, I just wanted you to be conscious of this, and it just really brought it to home to me. Really brought it home. And like I said, I had people asking me questions that seemed to really fit this. Why can't you stay on that diet? Why do you need me to tell you to eat X, Y, Z? This is your plan. You know this is what you should eat. We all really know what we should eat. We all pretty much know. what a healthy, good plan is. But why can't we stick to it? Because stuff hits our stuff. Things hit our stuff. The bugs hit our windshield. And what happens? We don't have intention set. We don't have our mind made. Our will's not set. And we jump in the back of the garbage truck. Or we jump in the back seat. We bail. Because we don't have intention and we don't have will to back it, to push it home. So we fudge. And, well, one is not going to hurt. Well, I'm an alcoholic and I'm 6 months sober, but they asked me, it's my friend's bachelor party, and they asked me to go to the bar with them, and I don't have to drink. One's not going to hurt anything. Just one is not going to hurt anything. What did you do? What happened? What happened? You lost intention. Therefore, you lost your will. So I'm trying to make you understand, until you get this part down pat, I don't care who you are. I don't care if you got the best nutritionist. I don't care. I don't care. You're not going to get it. You're not going to get it. It's not going to work. It's not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. No me, no nobody is going to be able to give you the magic bullet. You've got to find it within yourself to set the intention, create the will to drive that intention home. When those bugs start hitting that windshield, and they're going to hit your windshield, and they're going to smear their guts all over your windshield. So what happens? So now what? What happens? What do we do? Okay, Dee, what am I supposed to do? Yeah, stuff happens, and I get irritated, and it ticks me off, and you're telling me what? How do I handle it? Well, you handle it by dealing with your stuff. When that emotion comes up, and it's going to, you're going to deal with it. You're not going to stuff it. And God's not going to let everything come up. It's not going to all surface. Everything that's in the back of your garbage truck is not going to surface at one time. My stuff has not surfaced in one time. It has been a 10-year journey to today, and I still have garbage that's surfacing. And it could be jealousy, it could be resentment, it can be anger, it can be fear, it can be guilt. It can be lots of things that we stuff inside. All of that garbage we're stuffing inside. What I'm asking you to do is I'm asking you to, when things hit your stuff, when things hit your garbage, you just let it surface. And you just sit with it. Just sit with it for a second. And kind of find some peace with it. When we can learn to stop reacting to our garbage, we're going to be so much more peaceful. We're going to be so much more at rest and calm. And isn't that what we all really want? We all, we're all saying, we would run off, if I had a mountain to run off to with a cabin with a fire and a cozy drink or whatever, and I could just sit there and I could just, nobody bother me. That's what we all want. We all want the ocean, and they want the sound of the ocean, and we want just the peace and the calm that comes from the sand and the waves, and we want the brook that's running by the cabin in the mountains. And that's what we're looking for. We're just looking for peace, and we're looking for calm. And our bodies really crave that peace and that calm. And I don't care who you are. Everybody wants peace and calm and rest. And so I'm just saying that when it rises, you just have to meet it, and you just have to acknowledge it, and you have to just see it for what it is, and then let it go. Let it go. When somebody cuts you off in traffic and that feeling starts coming up, that starts coming up, identify it and understand it, and then just let it go. You don't have to get all upset about it and all angry and blah. Those are the little things. Those are the little things that hit your stuff. The big things are when somebody comes and pushes your button. They know what really, really stirs your garbage up. They know, and people know how to do it. They know how to stir your garbage and really make it stink and nasty and gross. And they want to feed it to you on a spoon. So when those times come up, you've set your intention, you've backed it with will, and now you're ready, because you're ready. You're ready to say, I'm not going to let that affect this. I'm not going to let it hurt me. I'm not going to let that feeling, that anger is going to surface. But you're going to have your intention set, and you're going to have your will ready to back it up. And so you're ready to say, I'm not going to let that do anything. It's not going to make me go for the donut. It's not going to make me go for the beer. It's not going to make me go find my dealer. I mean, it's not going to make me angry. It's not going to cause resentment, or it's not going to rise guilt up at me. And when it starts, you're going to acknowledge it. You're going to acknowledge it, and you're going to embrace it, and you're going to see it for what it is. It's your garbage. It's garbage, nasty, stinky garbage. And you're going to say, you know what? That's my garbage, and I am going to just let it go. I'm going to let it go. And I'm not going to allow myself to do things that are destructive, because that's what it's doing. You know, all of that stuff, it just deteriorates us inside. It deteriorates us. It makes us sad and lonely and mean and resentful and angry and jealous. And we look at people so judgmental. I mean, it creates, it just creates an ugliness. And you know, I see so many people, and I can see all their garbage. You know, now that I know I probably confused you, but maybe I've made a little bit of sense, but you'll start looking at people different, and you'll start saying, I see their garbage. I see their garbage. And I feel bad for them. You know, if you look at people like that, and you just look at them, you know, because it's just a lot of stuff that they have stuffed down and not dealt with. And like I said, you know, I look at my journey just in a different perspective, because I understand that I had to go through that to get to where I am now, and I'm so thankful for all of that. God sat me down and made me look at myself really with a fine-tooth comb, and I've had to really do a lot of reflecting and digging deep, and I just believe it's because I couldn't help other people travel their path unless I had cleaned up my own path, and I have a lot of stuff in my path. And so I hope that this has made a little bit of sense. And you set your intention in moments of clarity. So when you're having moments of, your craziness or whatever, that's not the best time to set your intentions. Your best time to set your intentions are when you're really clear and focused and really be mindful. I really want people to be very, very mindful of their intentions, what their intentions are for whatever. And, a lot of people say, well, I have, the intention to get married and make $1 million in my lifetime and whatever. Though that's not, no, that ain't it. That's the stuff that midlife crises are made of, because we're all going to get married. We're all going to have children. We're all going to make money. Some of us are going to make more than others, whatever. We're talking about enlightenment, self-fulfillment, what's going to make you happy for a lifetime, liberation, being free yourself, actually being joyful, feeling joy, just all self-realization, knowing who you are as a person, what your path is supposed to be. That's what I'm saying. You're being very intentional about where you want your life to go, how you want this to be, how you're going to react to certain things, how you're going to react to your garbage. That's what I'm saying. You're going to be extremely intentional, deliberate, very conscious about it. And then you're going to take that wheel and you're going to drive it home. And I wrote down, it says, intention is the direction of the soul, and the wheel is the power that guides it that way. And I think that was just very, very enlightening to me. It really was. Intention is the direction of the soul. Your soul has a path. Your soul has a direction it wants to go. God has a direction for your soul. He puts that in every one of us. So your intention is the direction of the soul. You're setting that intention. What does the soul want? Where's the soul want to go? And the will is the power that guides it that way. So I want to just say, there'll be lots of layers. Your garbage, your garbage truck, that pretty little garbage truck. Some of you have pink garbage trucks. Some of you have jet black matte garbage trucks with big old rims. Some of you have fancy dancy garbage trucks. Some of you have like steel, big, armored garbage trucks. They all have garbage in the back. It's all the same. Stinky, nasty, gross, smelly, yucky garbage. And there's layer upon layer upon layer of garbage. There's lots of layers. So don't think that you're going to go through that garbage. Every bit of that garbage that's in the back of your truck, don't think you're going to go through it in a day, a week, a month, even a year. Like I said, I want to reiterate that. It's taken me, I would say, I know 8 years, probably 10, that I have been really, really working on me, working on my soul, my intentions, the way I want to go with my life, really what matters to me, really what inspires me, makes me who I am. You know, your path speaks volumes. Your journey speaks volumes. We all have a journey. We all have a story to tell. And your story will impact somebody. It will. It will impact somebody. It will inspire somebody. It'll drive somebody to do more, to help more, to be better, to whatever. But you just got to set those intentions higher. You got to really, that will's got to be deliberate and rock solid and hard, and you cannot jump ship when the least little thing comes around. You cannot jump in the back of your garbage truck and dwell in the garbage and waller in the garbage and get all smelly and nasty and gross and in the garbage. I'm begging you, stop wallering in your garbage. Hold on to the wheel. Stay firm in intention and will. And let that feeling stop. Feel it. Absorb it. Breathe through it. Analyze it. Relax. And let it go. Let go. When you feel that need to jump ship on that diet, what are you going to do? You got to stay firm and hold that wheel. Set your intention, will, and then keep on going. You don't jump in the back of your garbage truck. It's insanity. It's insanity. And we constantly are on a cycle of doing this. We set intention, we set our will, we jump ship. We set intention, we set our will, we jump ship. We get in the back of the garbage truck, we waller around, we get all dirty and nasty, and then we clean off, take a shower, get all pretty again, get back in our garbage truck, and we're driving, and then bugs hit us again. What do? We jump back into the garbage truck. It's a vicious cycle, is what I'm saying. So I hope this has made a little bit of sense. Me and Charlie do. I know it sounds, you're saying that's easier said than done, but it's really, it gets easier. The more you practice something, these are habits too. They're habits. We've made habits of reacting certain ways to our garbage. And like I said, you've got to start thinking about this. Anytime something comes up, and it can be a little something, somebody darts out in front of you, somebody says something just a little bit, somebody doesn't text you back, whatever, it's raining, whatever, and you just feel that come up. Anything that comes up, you feel it, address it, and think to yourself, Dee said, that's my garbage, and I know that's my garbage. That's my garbage, and I need to deal with that. And every time you do it, just that little bitty thing you do, and you don't react to it, you handle it, you let it go, you breathe through it, you let it go, you set an intention, you stick with that will that drives it home, you get better and better. Habits can be broken. And you'll find that every time you do it, you get stronger and stronger and stronger. It gets easier and easier and easier. And I just know that it will for you too. It has for me, and I just know that it will for you too. It's just, we just have to stop stuffing things down. We just have to stop compacting our emotions and our feelings and all of that down. And because it's decaying inside of us. It's decaying. That's where health issues come from. I mean, I've read so many books and listened to so many lectures, and the body holds the score. The body holds the score. Getting sick all the time, autoimmune illnesses, high blood pressure, diabetes, being obese, mental illness, depression, anxiety, all of that, alcoholism, drug abuse, just all of those things. It's decay. It's decay inside, and that's the repercussions of the decay. It's gonna surface. It's gonna come out. And that's what I kept saying. There's a reason for this. There's a reason. There's something going on with me. I didn't realize what actually it was, and it was so much more than just mold. That's why I don't want people to think my whole story is mold, because it was so much more than that. I had so many things that I had to deal with. And I did. I held everything inside. I just kept a lot of stuff bottled up. And so that's what I'm saying. My journey wasn't just finding out what was causing me to be ill. Yes, mold was a big deal. And, it just was. But not dealing with emotions and not feeling those emotions and not dealing with my garbage. Thinking that I had to be tough and I had to be strong and I was going to make it happen. And am I, this, that, and the other. That was where I was going wrong. Yes, I had to set intention. Yes, I had to set the wheel and drive it home. But don't get in my lap. Quit. And but I also had to work through all of those emotions and those feelings. And you do too. We all do. And I'm just trying to help you maybe figure out how to do it in a way that might be helpful. I had to go through a lot and around the block and around the block and around the block. And sometimes I still do. Sometimes I'm still going around the block, and I have to stop myself and say, Dee, that's your garbage. That's you reacting to your garbage. Don't react to your garbage. Stop. So I even now I have to tell myself, So I hope this helps, and I hope if you found any value in it at all, if it made any sense at all, please comment and let me know. And if it doesn't make sense, then I'll try to do another one and make better sense. So me and Charlie, look, this is Charlie. Tell him, hey, Charlie. Say, hey. Charlie, tell him, hey. Can you tell him, huh? Charlie sheds. Okay. All right. I hope y'all have a great rest of your day. It's getting late in the afternoon. It's been a beautiful day, and it's so beautiful, blue skies. And me and Charlie are fixing to go in and fix some dinner. So you have a great afternoon, and I'll talk to you soon.